Hey, what's up? It's Alex, and today I'm going to walk you through a super fast way to get clean auto-generated captions for your videos using Premiere Pro. Then we will look at how to turn those captioned long-form videos into ready-to-post short clips and scheduled social posts with a tool that actually saves you time. Whether you're making stuff for TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube, or a course, this workflow will keep things efficient and look professional without wasting your entire weekend. First up, let's dive into the Premiere side of things. Open your project, find the specific sequence you want to caption, and then switch your workspace to Captions and Graphics in the top right corner. This powerful switch puts all the essential text tools exactly where you actually need them for editing. Next, hit the Text tab and confidently click the Transcribe Sequence button. A couple of quick options will pop up on your screen, so pick your correct language setting. You'll also set whether the software should try to detect multiple speakers, which you can turn off if it's just you talking in the video. Finally, choose whether to transcribe the whole timeline or just a specific in and out range for faster processing. I usually just let it do the entire timeline to ensure everything is captured. Go ahead and hit transcribe, and seriously, for just a minute or two of talking, it takes almost no time at all. In my own tests, a 1-minute talking head segment transcribed in under 10 seconds, which is incredibly fast. The initial accuracy is surprisingly good, but please do not skip listening through the transcript once it is generated. Machine transcription is great, but it will still trip up on specific names, unique slang, and sometimes even muffled bits of audio. So, scrub through the timeline while watching the generated text and quickly fix any obvious errors that you catch. You might need to swap groove for group, fix any incorrect numbers, or simply clean up a word that got butchered by the software. This simple review step is very quick and prevents you from having awkward captions pop up later in your final video. Once you are completely happy with the clean transcript, go up to that familiar CC button and click Create Captions. You will get a few options for caption format and timing, but honestly, the default settings work just fine for most social clips, so hit Create. Premiere will then build a dedicated subtitle track and place it above your video footage as an orange subtitle layer on the timeline. If you play the sequence back now, you will see those newly generated captions line up automatically with your spoken words. Now technically, you could stop right here and export the file, but I like to add a little extra styling to make them really pop. Click on one of the caption segments, and the Essential Graphics panel will immediately show you all the styling controls you need. Here's a quick pro tip. If you want every single caption to share the exact same style, first select all the caption segments before making your changes. Otherwise, you can change just one caption and then use the track style option to apply that look to every single caption segment in the sequence. For my general social content, I usually pick a bold, clean font, bump up the size a bit, and move the captions up higher so they don't cover my face. For platforms like Instagram and TikTok, people expect captions to be clearly visible but not interfere with the main subject of the shot. I also like to add a small drop shadow or maybe a semi-opaque background block with slightly rounded corners so the text reads well on very busy backgrounds. Tweak the opacity and the color until the words are perfectly legible but still don't feel too distracting for the viewer. One technique that really boosts engagement is highlighting important keywords directly within the caption. When skimming, people naturally latch onto words that are bolded or presented in a different color. You can double-click a caption, select the specific word you want to pop, maybe a key verb like work or family, and change its fill color. I always recommend copying and pasting the exact text code so the same highlight color stays consistent across the entire video. Doing that for just 1 or 2 meaningful words per sentence makes your overall captions way more scannable for the viewer. Spacing and line breaks also really matter for readability, so don't overlook this small detail. Sometimes the automatic split leaves a single lonely word on its own line, which honestly just looks messy and unprofessional. Edit that text manually to tighten those lines up. Combine that lone word with the previous line, or split a long sentence differently so each block reads cleanly. Also, watch out for those little blank gaps that sometimes appear between caption segments where nothing displays at all. I much prefer to close those gaps so the captions feel continuous throughout the entire video. Just drag the edges of the caption clips in the timeline to close them up. Before you finally export, always watch through the entire video one more time to catch anything you missed. Listen carefully for any lingering caption mistakes, check for timing issues, or spot any formatting that might cover important visual elements. When you are ready to export, go up to the export menu and choose your usual settings, but make sure you pay attention to the captions area. You have the option to burn captions into the video, meaning they are baked right into the pixels, or export them as a separate file like an SRT. Burning them in is fantastic for platforms like TikTok and Instagram when you know you always want those captions to be visible to everyone. Exporting an SRT file is much better for YouTube or course platforms where you want the viewer to have the option to toggle captions on or off themselves. To export the SRT file specifically, click the 3 dots next to the captions option, choose Export to SRT, give it a name, and save it to your folder. Most platforms readily accept the standard .srt format. You just upload it alongside your main video file, and users gain the ability to turn captions on or off. Okay, that officially covers the entire Premiere Pro workflow for clean styled captions. Now, I want to show you how to level up the whole process if you are repurposing those long videos into short clips on a regular basis. Editing those short clips and then manually scheduling every single post is honestly where creators waste the most amount of time. Sure, Premiere lets you make gorgeous captions, but chopping a 40-minute video into snackable 30 to 60-second clips, captioning each one, exporting and scheduling every post eats hours. This is the exact moment where smart tools, like AI-driven editors, come in really handy for your process. After you've finished your long-form footage, you can feed it into an AI editor that automatically finds the most shareable moments and turns them into ready-to-post clips. What I personally like about these specialized tools versus doing everything manually or using some other generic platform is the intelligent selection process. First, it's not just chopping videos based on a fixed length. It actually looks for interesting beats, high-energy moments, and clear sound bites. Second, scheduling is often built right into the platform, so you can set your posting frequency once and the tool auto-schedules your content across all platforms. Third, a unified content calendar gives you one single place to see, tweak, and approve all of your clips before they ever go live to the public. Compare that excellent system to exporting dozens of files from Premiere, uploading them manually to each app, or paying extra for separate third-party schedulers. These all-in-one tools effectively bundle that entire post-production and distribution process into one smooth flow. Now, for full disclosure, there are other automated editors out there, and some of them are pretty strong contenders. However, they tend to fall into a few common traps that can really slow down your efficiency. Some are incredibly pricey for smaller teams that aren't posting at a massive enterprise scale yet. Others only focus on one small part of the content funnel, like they'll auto-edit but leave scheduling and platform posting completely out of the equation. Also, some tools have okay auto-editing, but their built-in templates are so rigid that every single clip ends up looking exactly the same. For me, this particular tool strikes a nice balance. It automates the heaviest lifting, but still lets you easily tweak clips and captions before you send anything live. A nice hybrid workflow I've been using lately is to first do a quick transcription and tidy up those captions right inside Premiere Pro. Then, I push the long video file into the AI clip generator, which will pull out those viral-ready clips automatically. Since I already curated the transcript and highlighted keywords in Premiere, it becomes much easier to pick the absolute best clips and ensure the captions match my core message. Finally, I use that tool's built-in scheduling and content calendar to push those clips out over the next few weeks without ever touching the manual upload flow again. Here are a few final practical tips to keep your branding consistent across all your content. If you plan to reuse the exact same caption style across multiple videos, make sure to build a caption template in Premiere or save a track style for easy recall. Also, always try to keep your keyword highlight color consistent across all your videos because strong brand recognition is a very real advantage. When exporting an SRT file specifically for YouTube, quickly check the timestamps once more because some platforms can be surprisingly picky about the exact formatting. And remember, don't be afraid to split up those longer caption segments into quicker, punchier lines because short lines equal faster reads for your audience. All right, that was the full run-through. How to auto-transcribe and style captions in Premiere, how to export SRT or burn them in, and a realistic workflow to combine that with an AI clip editor and scheduler. This hybrid method will turn one long video into weeks of polished, snackable social posts without any of the usual creator burnout. If you found this helpful, please drop a comment down below and let me know which platform you post to the most often. I will happily make a follow-up showing the exact export settings for TikTok versus Instagram versus YouTube and how I set up the content calendar in that AI scheduler. Also, if you run into any weird transcription glitches in Premiere, tell me what the audio sounds like and I will share some quick fixes with you. That's it for today. Thanks for watching and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out!